Hello, you're welcome to my channel. So I have discovered that many people find it challenging solving one linear and one quadratic equation. So in this video, I'll be explaining all the steps that you need to solve one linear and one quadratic equation. In solving one linear and one quadratic equation, it is not difficult at all. The simple step you need to apply, just make the one that is linear, the subject formula, then put it into the equation that is quadratic. Then you should be able to find the value of y and x, because this is one linear and one quadratic equation. So here, let's kick back to the question so I will explain better. So with this, let's say um we have 2x plus y is equal to 5, right? This is equation 1. And we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. Let's call this equation 2, right? Okay. So with this, if you observe, the difference between a linear and a non-linear equation is a linear equation, the power of unknown or the power of variables is equal to 1. So if you observe the first equation here critically, you discover that the power of x here is 1 and the power of y is 1. But coming to the second equation, you will discover that the power of x is 2 and the power of y is 2. That shows that the first equation, this is the general formula for linear equation, where you have ay plus bx plus c, everything is equal to 0. But in the situation of quadratic or the more non-linear equation, you will have ax squared plus bx plus c, everything is equal to 0, right? So with this, we should be able to differentiate the difference between a linear and a quadratic equation. A linear equation is that one which the power of unknown is 1. Why in the one of quadratic the power of unknown is greater than 1 is 2, such as quadratic equation. So let's do that. So in doing that, you will make one of the unknown from the first equation that is linear, then you put it into the equation that is quadratic. So let's start. Let's make y the subject formula from the first. So from equation 1, we have 2. We have that y is equal to 5 minus 2x, because when you take 2x to the other side, that changes to minus 2. Then now we have made y the subject. So from equation 2, wherever you see y, don't put y but write what? Minus 5. 5 minus 2x. So from equation 2, we have that x squared plus, so bracket open, we are going to put the value of y wherever we see y. So that will be 5 minus 2x all squared is equal to 25. So here, that shows that we have 2 of these brackets, because square means, assuming you have p squared, that is the same thing as p times what? P. So whenever you have this kind of expression, that shows that you have 2 of these brackets. So we are going to have x squared plus, so Since we have two of these brackets, I will now have the first bracket as minus 5x, sorry, 2x. Then I'll still have another one as 5 minus 2x. Everything is being equated to 25. So here I will now have x squared. So I will use the first bracket to open the second one. In doing that, everything from the first bracket has to multiply with this second bracket. So 5 is first going to multiply everything in this bracket. Then when we are done with 5, we'll go to 2. It's going to multiply everything in this bracket. So with that, 5 times 5, that gives us 25. Then 5 times minus 2x, that will give us 10 minus 10x. We are done with 5, move to minus 2x. Minus 2x times 5, that gives us another minus 10x. Then minus 4x, so minus 2x times minus 2x, that will give us plus 4x. Why? In mathematics, negative times negative will give you positive, right? So that is why we have plus sign here, because the sign revises when you have minus times minus, that gives us plus. So that is why. So don't be confused. So we now have 25. So here we're going to gather everything. We have x squared. So here this is minus 10 will give us minus 20. So that will give us minus 20x. So sorry, let's not do that. From here, minus 2x times minus 2x is minus 4, sorry, plus 4x squared. So we know we have 1 of x squared here and we have 4 of x squared. So we're going to have 5x squared, right? Then we now gather this minus 10 minus 10 minus 10x minus 10x, that gives us minus 20x. Then plus 25 is equal to 25. So from here we now have 5x squared minus 20x is equal to 25 minus 25, right? Because when you are taking this plus 25 to the other side, it will change to minus 25. I will now have x squared minus 20x is equal to 0. So from here, I'm going to factor this. So in factorizing this, you look for, let's factor this out. So in factorization, you look for the highest common factor of each term. So here the highest common factor of 5x squared and minus 20 is what? Is 5x. So here I will now have x. So here I will have what? 4. Everything is being equated to 0. So with that, I will now have here either 5x is equal to 0 or x minus 4 is equal to 0, right? So let's continue from here. So x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 4, right? So we have two values of what? Of x. So x is equal to 4 is what we are going to put. So now, since we know the value of x, we now put it in equation. We're now going to put it in equation 1 to be able to solve for the values of what? Of y. So with that, we now have that when x is equal to 0, you have 2x. When x is equal to 0, 2x bracket open 0 plus y is equal to 5. So 2 times 0, that will give us what? Y is equal to what? 5. Again, when x is equal to 4, putting it from this first equation, you have 2 bracket open 4, y is equal to what? 5. So 2 times 4 is what? 8 plus y is equal to 5. Collecting like terms, we have 5 is equal to 5 minus 8. So y is equal to minus what? 3. So these are the two values of y and the two values of what? Of x. Therefore, x is equal to 0 or 4, y is equal to 5 or minus 3. Please turn on the notification bell and subscribe to my channel so that we grow together.